Today we are going to talk about another strategy I sometimes use for multiplication, and that is using multiplication squares. Let's talk about multiplication squares for a moment. When we think about squares, the first thing we think about are the squares in geometry. In fact, you might be picturing an orange pattern block right now. Multiplication squares, square products, or square numbers have some things in common with that square. Let's review the parts of a multiplication number sentence. These parts are the factors and the product. Let's take, for example, the number sentence 4 times 5 equals 20. In this number sentence, the 4 and the 5 are the factors, and the product is 20. A factor is a number that is multiplied with another number, also called a factor, and the answer to that multiplication is called the product. Let's look at another number sentence and see if you can tell me which numbers are the factors and which number is the product. Let's see if you were correct. Did you choose 6 and 8 as the factors and 48 as the product? For the rest of the video, I'm going to leave the factors in red and the products in blue to help you remember. There's one more thing I want to remind you. Sometimes a multiplication sentence can be written this way, where we see 35 equals 5 times 7. In this problem, the product 35 is equal to the multiplication of the factors 5 and 7. Let's get back to our multiplication squares now that we have reviewed factors and products. A multiplication square or square number is the result of two factors that are the same. Here we have an example of a multiplication square in 4 times 4 equals 16. If you've been following along, you will notice that the factors 4 and 4 are the same number, and the product of this square is 16. We can further visualize this as a square with sides 4 and 4, and this is the reason it is called a multiplication square. Here are some examples of multiplication squares with their area models. As you can see, as the factors get bigger, the products are getting much bigger. We call this exponential growth, which is a term you will use one day in math. We'll finish up with 10 times 10, which equals 100. Multiplication squares continue to get bigger, but pretty soon you'll be running out of room on your screen. So now, let's show you how to use multiplication squares as a strategy. These numbers are going to be super important in math as you go through school. So if you learn your squares, you'll be able to use them to solve other multiplication problems. Here I have an example of the multiplication problem 6 times 5 with its area model. When I use a multiplication square as a strategy, I try to remember one of the squares that is near the problem I am trying to solve. Here, we will use the square 5 times 5. I will use an area model of the 5 times 5 square to show you that it covers most of my previous problem. The leftover piece is a rectangle measuring 1 by 5, or 1 times 5. I sometimes say to myself, 5 times 5 equals 25, and 6 times 5 is 1 more 5, or 1 more row of 5. So I add 5 to my previous product. You can see my thinking here. I have added my two products, 25 plus 5, and found a final answer of 30. Therefore, the product of the factors 6 and 5 is 30. As you work on your multiplication fact fluency, maybe using multiplication squares will help you learn some more of your facts. Good luck practicing this strategy in your future work.